Hey there, I thought I would share my latest Folio album. I've created it for 49 and Market, and I am using the wonderful new collection by Nunika called Faded Memory Lane. And I was so inspired to create this because of all the beautiful images and the vintage papers. So let me show you where we're at. It's a bit too chunky. I always underestimate how much space I need inside the album. So from the outside, I've created the whole album using just the what's in the collection, and the base is made from the 12 by 12 papers, and I'll explain how as we go along. But before I open, because it is fiddly to open and close, so we'll go through the outside first. So it is essentially a tri-fold, and I always love an interesting closure mechanism. So I've die cut these, what would you call those? I call them a tab, but they're not a tab. It's like a clip shape, and then I've adhered those to the outside, and that becomes my closure. And then it also gives me an opportunity to add a little dangle. And this is from the chipboard pack. I've just simply punched an eyelet through to hang off the front. Let me just open this up. So you can see it's a really simple closure. The ribbon stays on this side and you just feed it through the other side. But it does keep it nice and secure, especially as it's been so chunky. So for the album cover, the right hand side is actually shorter than the left hand side. I've used beautiful die cut pieces. I love the postage stamp details, so they're really precision cut. But this is from the die cut pack. I would show you, but I've had to use most of mine. So the ephemera set, I like to keep them in nice wallets. But I've had to, because there's not much left, I've used a heck of a lot. Although actually there is still a lot left. There's just heaps and heaps of things. And then this is, oh, where's it gone? Note to self. So I've also had this set here, which is called the junk journal set. So this you'll see inside has got pockets that are ready to use. I'll find the packaging for the other piece in a minute. So and there's also this really interesting in this collection, which we've not had before. Let me just show you. They're called the cello stickers. So I thought, oh, crikey, why would I want shiny kind of stickers? But they are very translucent, and it looks like that faded sellotape that you get on old photos. I've just been obsessed with it. So you'll find that all over the album. I've had the ribbons underneath, and then of course more layers with the laser cuts and the ephemera set. Open it out to the other side of the cover. Again, I've left it fairly flat just so it's a bit more durable. More ribbon pieces, more of those cello stickers. Look how much texture you get from those, just lovely. Some laser cut elements, just really simple decoration. And on the back, I've just literally used the beautiful pattern paper as it is. It needed nothing else. And on the sides, you've got a kind of a 3/4 inch spine, which again, just very simple decoration. So it is nice and durable. So let's take a look inside. Let's move these fellas out the way. Hope you can still see. So it is a tri-fold essentially. So I have made it from 12 by 12 paper. So essentially you have, I can't remember which way around I did it. I think you have one piece, this is one cut from one piece of 12 by 12, and then the cover, you kind of overlap them for extra strength, and I've glued another piece on this side. So this is one piece, and then you'll find this on the back is all one sheet of 12 by 12 pattern paper, and then the join effectively is on this spine here, so that's doubled up. And just so you've got a lot of strength, I've just added an extra piece of paper here and then sewn the whole thing together so it's super duper secure. I made one similar a few years ago for my trip to Vienna, and that has really stood the test of time. So I was really happy with that design. So I've kind of imitated the same thing here, more or less. So on the front cover then, here's one of those pockets that I mentioned from the journal set. And there's another one. So these are die cut. Oh no, that's just a normal pocket. Sorry, I've made that pocket. But these are die cut pockets. So they already have the score lines for you. Super duper easy. And they're really thick and sturdy. And that's what you always find with 49 and Market, that the papers are such high quality that you can make albums and really be happy with the durability of those. Just a few tags. So I didn't decorate everything fully because I feel like the recipient would want to do some of their own decorating. But I certainly had fun. I couldn't stop myself. I kept thinking, oh, that's enough now. I'll just put some tags in from the collection in there. And then I just got this idea. I'm just going to make another tag. And then on the right hand side now, this is the right flap that we've opened. Again, another very simple pocket. Some of the die cut ephemera. Again, just some of the die cut pieces to journal on. And I love how this turned out. So again, the ephemera pack. What's it called, the ephemera pack? Gosh, I've been to sleep since I've used it. It is called the ephemera pack. And they have really, really fine, detailed ephemera. And these postage stamp style pieces are just to die for. I have inked everything, distressed in a lot of places. But they've got some old photographs in there, which I don't normally use them in my scrapbooking, but this just absolutely called for, I mean, it just all went together so well that, you know, it's been so well thought out. It's been incredible to work with. Some simple decorating here. Again, oh, look at that lovely sellotape. So let's put that back in there. So here now we've got another trifold effectively, and I'll open that in a moment. But just before I carry on, I've got, so I just love to make a pocket to hold things. So you'll see there's tiny little pockets throughout. So rather than just making a decoration, you can glue everything together and then that becomes your pocket by leaving the top open. So some more of the ribbons there. And again, here's one of my enclosures. So this time, rather than using a die cut tab, so I've used one on this side, but this side I have used one of the slide mounts from the collection, which I've folded around the corner here. But I actually used, I love these types of enclosures. I don't really know what you call them. So I had a combination enclosure effectively here. So they can just close like that, again, to keep it nice and firm. Really simple to open. And then again, it's a trifold. So this time the smaller trifold is on the left and the larger one on the right. Again, here is one of the ephemera pieces, which I've just collaged together and then glued it onto two sides. Again, perfect place to tuck in a pocket. The pattern papers are really pretty in detail. So here, this is all pattern paper, but it gave me a spot then to layer up some of the ephemera pieces and the laser cut pieces, which I really like. Because sometimes I think when you look at a blank page, you don't really know, well, I don't really know how to decorate them. I sit there for hours. But in this case, because I've got so much detail to work with, they became a kind of an anchor for adding my own bits and pieces on. You don't have to decorate that detailed. Some more of the ephemera pieces, just to fill in the gaps there. And then on the left hand side, one of the pockets from the journal set. And again here, look, really simple tuck-in, just to tuck in some of the stamps from the laser cut set, I think, and the ephemera set, or one of those little cello stickers. And there, I couldn't bear to part with these. That's my confession. There is a laser cut set of kind of film strips. They're just my favourite thing in the world. So I'm really naughty. I just have to stroke them and not use them. So I did part with one look. So I've made it kind of look like a bookmark, I think. Again, one of the die cuts from the ephemera set. Just simple, just very, very simple decoration. I think I got tired by this point. Oh, I'd worked on it for hours and hours, well, days and days, in fact. So when you open the trifold, again, a really simple pocket, just places to put more ephemera, tags. I love these things. They're just great for journaling as well. I mean, look at the detail of the paper. Sorry, let me just move this fella out of the way so it lies a bit more flat. Look at the detail of the papers. I just love it. Absolutely amazing. And then again, just simple decoration on my pocket. And then rather making all the pages one size, you'll find in the journal set, was that? Let's grab that again. You've got these, I think they're 6x4 cards or 7x5 cards. Can't remember. You've got a whole set of those just ready to use. So I used one of those then to make a page. Actually, I haven't done anything more than add a bit of string here, a little sentiment, a tab. And then I was trying to think, how can I make a different type of pocket? I'd run out of ideas. So I've just decorated the tag and I'm just keeping it into place with a paper clip. On the other side of that page, oopsie, my paper clip's interfering it, is some more ephemera, and then one of the ephemera pieces becomes my tuck-in. Actually, it stays in without the paper clip, but I need the paper clip on the other side, so put that paper clip to good use. A little bit more of the beautiful ephemera, a little bit of lace, and that tab. Let's see, we come undone now. There you go, fella, go back in. And then, I'm not sure this worked as I intended. Here are, I love this kind of thing, so I've created 2 tags from the cardstock pack. Just had a bit different colours really, so rather than it being very monochromatic, I've tried to make it a little bit, you know, change the colours about a little. So just 2 flaps, which then tie together, as you can see. So you could leave these tied up, to be fair. And I was trying to make it like a belly band, only I don't know that it's taut enough by the time I tie this filler up. Maybe I need to secure it into place with a permanent knot, because I think my my bow comes loose maybe. And then I've just made just like a little paper pad. I've left it loose so that people can journal, but I've just used some old papers there, coffee dyed papers and old maps. And then I've just decorated on the front using some of the ephemera pieces and the laser cut butterflies. Look how much detail. They're so delicate, and yet how does the laser not just chop them all off? I absolutely love them. And then underneath, another laser cut moth. This is one of my favourite moths, I think, as well. Let me just bring that closer so you can see. Look at the pretty. It's just old papers that she's overlaid onto this moth, and then the delicate little antennae. Holy moly, it's absolutely breathtaking. So that sits in there, and then just a simple pocket then to hold more journaling. So I did that come off the page. More journaling there. I've just tried to tie things in together really. And then we're nearly there, nearly at the end. So on the right hand side here, a simple pocket system, so you can put more cards, more tags, whatever you like. But in the journal pack, oh, let me just show you this before I carry on. This is one of the laser cut flowers. I think it's Echinacea. Otherwise, that's going to be really embarrassing. But look, it's stunning, isn't it? It's beautiful. So I just had that on its own. And then this, I think, is from the tag here. So I've used that then to add one of the laser cut journal elements. And then this, oh, I love it. I told you I love these pockets. Absolutely love them. So this is in the journal set. So you kind of get this envelope. So it's just literally all die cut for you. Just genius. Didn't need a lot of decoration apart from the inking I've done everywhere. I've made the closure, just a punch, eyelet in the middle. Really simple. Doesn't get any easier than that. Just a few bits of decoration. Again, another, oh yeah, no, I forgot about this fella. I wanted to make a pocket, but you know what, I've made so many pockets, how could I do something different? So I've just glued this laser cut butterfly at the bottom so that you can tuck in. Be careful there because those antennae are delicate. So you can just tuck in a simple tag. And of course the tag, it's just some layered pieces. Oh, look at the ribbons. I need 57 packs of those ribbons. They're just lovely. So again, just really for your own journaling. And then on this side, I think this is my genius moment. It's one of those 5x7 cards again. I'm saying they're 5x7, they could be 6x4, so don't quote me. I've just folded it in half. And then I've used one of the ephemera pieces, glued it at the bottom to make that a closure. So you can just tuck that in like so. Just little mechanisms like that. And then that's just open for journaling. And then of course, because I was sticking it down, leave space at the back for a tag. Maybe I could do with a bit more decoration there, I don't know. And one of those cellophane tapes. Oh, just lovely. Sorry, that makes me very happy. So let's just close that up. So he tucks back in here. Then almost finally, I think this must be one of the pockets. So we've had different types of pockets all the way through. Maybe I've made that pocket. Maybe I've made this pocket. I literally have taken so long over this, I've forgotten what I've done already. So we've got these smaller pockets here. So that's those. We've had the envelope. We've had these types of pockets here. You get all sorts of labels. I love these slide mounts, which can be layered together if you want to. We've had all sorts of things really. I got so excited, I didn't concentrate on what I was using first of all. So finally, this is my base. So this whole section was stuck to my folio cover. And this is just simply a little booklet. Again, one of those 6x4s, 5x7 cards, which I folded in half. So they're all neat rounded corners, a chipboard frame, and then some, oh, look at the delicate flowers from the laser cuts. Oh, I love these postage stamps as well. Oh, they make me so happy. And then on the back, kind of what I was after then was to make a little booklet that could close. How am I going to close it? I needed a little mechanism, so what I've done then is created a simple closure, but rather than cutting out the page, because then obviously you'd see that on the inside, I've just layered this panel, and because I've done that, I left that open just for a little bit more hidden ephemera. And that just opens up to, you know, more journaling or secret place to hold your stamps. Phew! I don't know about you, but I feel pretty exhausted now. I really hope that you've really liked this. It has been an absolute pleasure to create this. I've really thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not sure I can make another one straight away though, because it has taken me quite a few days. But I've really thoroughly enjoyed creating with the collection. So once again, sorry about my accent, this is the 49er Market. It is by, I'm sorry, is it Nanika, an AHW? But it's the Faded Memory Lane collection. And look at the packaging. That is totally coming off when I've completed it, and I'm going to be using that, which I do actually with many of my 49er Market pieces. There are 2 sets of laser cuts. I haven't got much to show you because much of it has been used. I've used the smaller pieces, to be fair, so I've still got some of these lovely big balloons left, which is really exciting. So there's 2 sets of laser cuts. There are, again, I've had to kind of stop myself from using it all, 2 sets of ribbons. So there's a kind of more floral set with botanicals and mushrooms, but also the lovely film strips and just things for the background. And then this set, I think you definitely need both, I'm afraid. All the lovely tattered butterflies and moths, these gorgeous tattered elements that you could just put below. So I've done that throughout the whole album, to be honest. And then some more textual type elements as well. So those are 2 laser cuts. And then we have the cello stickers, as I mentioned. Excuse my doggy, who's about to go off for a little walk. And then we've got the ephemera set. I think that's everything. Oh, no, one more. There's a chipboard set somewhere, lost in all my desk. Also, I have used both. Oh, there we are. There's the chipboard. I haven't used heaps of the chipboard because it was a chunky album, so I was conscious of trying to make things less chunky. But that's where I've made the little charms effectively. So they're great for the charms. Excuse my doggy. And I love these numbers. I've got my heart for sure. So let me put all those away. So I have used both the paper pack. Again, I have used it, so I can't show you much of it that's left. The 12 by 12 paper pack. I think I've probably only used 2 or 3 sheets. Let me just pause a moment. I'm professional in my studio. So look at all the detail on these. So literally you could put your photos, your journaling, and you'd be done. Just a few extra embellishments, but they're absolutely stunning. Oh, I just love it. And look, even the paper strips. Gosh. So I think there are, I think this would be, so there are 8 double-sided papers in this pack. Even on the back of the packaging, there is usable. I've used some of mine already. But I'm gonna fussy cut this out. That is going on the layout too. And also the double-sided paper cardstock pack. So again, there's 8 and 2 of each colour. that was the back of the packaging. So again, I've used a piece of that, saving that for another day. And then rather than just plain old cardstock, look at it, it's got amazing texture, delicate pattern, but just very tone on tone. So again, very, very usable, but they're all different. It's not like, oh, we'll just put them in different colours. No, they're all different. So let me just grab the blue. Absolutely beautiful. So I am going to see if I can leave this thought with you. I hope you've enjoyed the little walkthrough. I haven't done one of these in such a long time. I'm very rusty. Let's see. I'm very rusty, so my apologies. And my apologies for my little doggy running around like a lunatic. What do you think then? Do you use junk journal? Are these called junk journals? Because it's not really junky. I'd be heartbroken if someone said it was junk. So I'll leave this with you. Please feel free to ask any questions. Be sure to look out for this collection. If you like anything vintage, this collection has your name on it. Do not pass it by, because I think the beauty of it is you'll use it with all sorts of things and for all sorts of purposes. It's just really very, very easy to use. I just love it. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll hope to see you soon. Bye now.